Time to clean up the column, get it painted black so I can get it back in the car, be able to stop and steer. That will be good. Well, you get these apart. Lock plate depressor tool. It's got a metric end and a standard end. This, of course, being 71 is standard. Well, unless somebody did weird stuff to it. Crank this guy down. This isn't a tilt wheel, so a lot less parts in there. Well, I didn't show you all this, but pulled the ignition. This is not the ignition switch. Pulled the turn signal switch out, which the only thing that's really wrong with it is it's missing one of these little cancel springs. The rest of it actually looks to be in pretty good shape. So I think I'm going to look and see if I can get just the spring, or I actually think I have another switch I can rob that off of. I do need to replace this. It's all rusted. And I need a new ignition switch because that one was missing, or I lost the key, or the key was broken off. I can't remember. But now I got it all stripped out. Neutral safety switch off. Ignition switch is off of it. Sand it down. Get it cleaned up, paint it, and I'll show you guys that part when I do that part. Got the column all cleaned up and taped off. Speaking of tape, do not waste your money on this yellow frog tape. It does not stick to anything. Green frog tape, pretty good. Cheap masking tape works okay for things that aren't critical. And I'm gonna throw that back in there and probably throw it away later. So I went out and raided the junk pile. I found a replacement. Even has a little lead on there for the broken one. Even has the same part number on there, which is very convenient. And I found a turn signal switch, but oddly enough, it has exactly the same return spring broken. But I found my column. So this one, I know cancels from both directions, right and left. So I'm going to take that one apart, see if I can take the spring out of it. I could just buy a new part, but I kind of don't feel like leaving. Ironically, the G.T.O that I'm fixing is my buddy Matt's high school car, and this steering column is out of my high school truck, which I also still have, so you should see that in a future YouTube video when I start to fix that one up. And I'll have to get a new turn signal switch. Cleaned up the column. Looks pretty good. Still got some stuff to do. Got to put a new ignition switch in there. Need to replace that turn signal lever because it's actually pitted. And either need to clean up and repaint the GT wheel or buy another one. But it's pretty nice looking. A lot better than the rusty brown column. I'll clean up the other bracket and get her mounted in the car. Column installed. And temporary ignition switch in there. So it's not the right one. It doesn't stay in there. But once I get the correct one, and a new turn signal lever and a new hazard switch. This one, at least it cancels, which is good. So that's a plus. It's coming along slowly, very slowly, but it's good. So I got the wiper linkage cleaned up. Put a little lube in here so that this does not wear out. That one doesn't have a. That one had a. Oh, it doesn't go on there anyway. Yeah, trying to put the wrong part on. It goes on this end. All right. Try that again. A little lube in that part. I haven't made a ton of progress on most things, but every little thing helps. As a friend of mine, Gary, says, 5 minutes a day. Hopefully I got this pointed the right way. We'll find out in a second. Quick little test to see that the motor's working good, which I've actually already done, but got a service manual, factory service manual for 71. Shows you your terminals, which are reversed from that picture, but 1, 2, and 3. The center one is your hot. This is your ground. You put hot here and ground there. That's high speed. You ground terminal number 3. That is low speed. If you remove the ground from terminal number 1, it should go into park, which it does. So it actually works exactly like it's supposed to, which is good since it's bolted in the car. These cordless drill batteries are very handy. If you don't know, bring them with you to the junkyard. You can test out motors for power door motors, power door locks. You can use it to run window up and down if you need to take the regulator apart. Pretty handy. Obviously can't run a car off them, but you can do a lot of other test procedures with them.